To make the best use of the session, I suggest you do two things. Number one, go through my theory session on legal reasoning. The link to the session is given on the description below. Second, create a free sign-up account on our website and solve the exercise on your own before you go through the video. The process for the free sign-up is also given on the description below. Now that you would have done both the things, let's start the class. Hello students, so let's solve passage 5 together. This one is a relatively simple passage. So if you haven't done this already, you can just pause it, read it, solve the passage, and then play. All right. So let's see what happens in this passage. One day, Behram Khurshid Peshkaka, a middle-aged government servant, left home after dinner for a drive to escape the oppressive summer heat. So no information in this first sentence, just the main character is introduced. As he returned to his home at 9:30 p.m., some people emerged from behind at a stationary vehicle and suddenly stepped out on the path of his jeep. Okay. Although he braked, he was unable to avoid them, and his jeep knocked down 3 of them. A police constable on the scene reported that Peshkaka's breath smelled of alcohol. Peshkaka was accordingly charged under the Indian Penal Code for rash and negligent driving, as well as under the Maharashtra Prohibition Act. Okay, so there are two things under which he was booked. Section 279 of Indian Penal Code defines the offence of rash and negligent driving as whoever drives any vehicle or rides or any public way or any public vehicle maybe in a manner so rash or negligent as to endanger human life. Okay, so yahan tak to we know he does not qualify because he was not driving in a way that could have endangered human life. But look at the second part. Or to be likely to cause hurt or injury to any other person. Likely to cause hurt or injury to any other person, this is subjective, shall be punished with imprisonment. The Maharashtra Prohibition Act prohibits the import, export, transport, manufacture, sale, purchase. So he might come under this, not possession, use or consumption. So far as Maharashtra Prohibition Act is concerned, he might come under three things because he had consumed that, so he would have purchased it. He has used it and he has consumed it. Okay. Except in accordance with the terms and conditions of a license granted under the Act. So we don't know whether, okay, let's see. Let's go further. All right. So basically, the exception is this. Under this is if you had a license. Okay. During the trial, the neighborhood watchman and independent witness testified that Peshkaka was driving at an ordinary speed and exercising adequate care. So he was not rash, he was not negligent. Furthermore, the medical evidence confirmed that even though Peshkaka had smell of alcohol, his pupils reacted to light, his speech was coherent, he was well behaved, and he could walk in a straight line. All right. The police doctor testified that Peshkaka had not been acting under the influence of alcohol. So why was he tested positive for alcohol? Peshkaka is saying he smell of alcohol of BG4s, a health tonic with 17% alcohol content. He also argued that while he did not have the necessary license, so we know for a fact that he did not have a license, and license was required under Maharashtra Prohibition Act. The Maharashtra Prohibition Act did not extend to the consumption of BG4s because of Article 19 of the Constitution. What does Article 19 say? Article 19 says that the powers of the state legislature do not extend to the legitimate use of medical preparations and non-alcoholic beverage. And finally, the Constitution prevails over all other laws in the country. So basically, if there is a contradiction, kiski baat manenge? Constitution ki. So Article 19 would be over Maharashtra Prohibition Act. All right. So in this passage, Section 279 of RPC is given, Maharashtra Prohibition Act is given, Article 19 is given, and also one thing is given that in case of contradiction, Constitution prevails above all. So let's come to the question, guys. Based on the information in the given passage, can Peshkaka be convicted of rash and negligent driving under the Indian Penal Code? So under the Indian Penal Code, guys, what we know about rash driving is whoever drives any vehicle or rides on any public way in a manner so rash or negligent as to endanger human life. So from the facts in the passage and a witness, we know that he had taken adequate care. So he was not rash, he was not driving at a faster pace. So we can easily say that no.
So 5.1, the answer is B. Definition, and then the facts tell that he had taken adequate care. Let's come to 5.2. Okay, now let's say this is new information. Let's say that he had consumed an alcoholic beverage. So not a medicinal purpose, but alcoholic beverage before driving his Jeep, and that he was found to have been under the influence of alcohol at the time of the incident described in the passage. If all other facts set out in the passage continue to be true, could Pesi be convicted in this case? So look at option number A. No, since the consumption of alcohol while driving a vehicle is not prohibited under section 279. We don't know what is prohibited under section 279, so this is out. Yes, since drunken driving is an offense under the Indian Penal Code. Again, from the passage, we don't know this. Now, not a great question. You will get stuck between C and D. No, since he was driving with adequate care at the time of incident. Yes, we have evidence for this. A witness has given testimony to this. And look at D. Yes, since a person driving while under the influence of alcohol is likely to cause harm or injury to the other people. So if you are under the influence of alcohol, chances are you might cause harm. There is a chance under the alcohol or under the influence of alcohol. So it says you were under the influence of alcohol. So not just alcohol was present, you were under the influence of alcohol. So maybe you would have crossed that limit of alcohol, maybe. So between C and D, if you get stuck, look at the information in the passage. This will get activated. Or to be likely to cause hurt or injury to any other person, can be punished with imprisonment. So not a great choice, but between C and D, D, right? Because if you are under the influence of alcohol, which was given here that he was under the influence of alcohol, then you are likely to cause injury. And then therefore this part gets activated. All right. Let's come to 5.3. Okay. Before we solve this, guys, I repeat myself that, if you're a serious CLAT test taker, you have to write a lot of mock tests, right? And good mock tests. So sign up for a free account with us. Take our free mock test. Check for yourself the quality of our mock tests, right? If you're not preparing with us, you're not preparing seriously for your CLAT examination. All right. Look at 5.3. Based on the information in the given passage, can Pesi be convicted under the Maharashtra Prohibition Act? No, because Article 19 of the Constitution would prevail. So look at this. No, since, okay, this is correct. No, since the requirement to obtain a license to is, no, this is not correct. No, no. So this is correct. Basically, this is saying that it does not extend to your medical purpose, which Article 19 says. So 5.3, the answer is A. So this one. This is the answer, guys. All right, let's go to 5.4. If Article 19 of the Constitution is amended to allow state legislature to pass laws relating to the consumption of medicinal preparations, can Pesi be convicted under the Maharashtra Prohibition Act? So now, because of change of this, first of all, there is no contradiction between Maharashtra Prohibition Act and the Article 19 now. So there is no contradiction. So whatever is there in Maharashtra Prohibition Act, that will apply. Under Maharashtra Prohibition Act, if he has license, then he could have consumed it. So did he have license? It is given that while he did not have the necessary license. So he did not have the license. So he could be convicted in this case. Right? This is as per the information from the passage. Last question from this passage. Which of the following, if true, would strengthen the case for Pesi conviction under section 279 of the Indian Penal Code? What does section 279 of Indian Penal Code says? Whoever drives any vehicle or rides on any public way in a manner so rash or accident so as to endanger human life or to be likely to cause hurt or injury. So he should either do these things or he should be likely to cause hurt or injury. So of the four choices, this is the one. See, if you know that your brakes are faulty, you are likely to cause injury to people. So D is the correct answer. The Maharashtra Prohibition Act has been held to be constitutionally valid. Doesn't make sense because that does not apply to section 279 of Indian Penal Code. You have to activate sector 279, section 279 of Indian Penal Code, which is option number D. So D is the correct answer. So with this, we end the discussion on this passage. If you like the class, please click on the like button, subscribe to our channel. And if you want us to come up with content on some other different topic related to CLAT examination, put it on the comment section. We will definitely, if we think it is relevant for your preparation, we'll come up with content on that. Thank you guys. Thank you for your time.
We at Mentors Capital have curated the best test series for you. We can confidently claim that our test series is best in the market. So go and see it for yourself. Remember, coaching kahin se bhi. Test series from Mentors Capital.